Hello, YouTube. We are back again. This is
Cat.
and this is. Oh, it's my turn to talk. Now I have to say woof. And we are really excited about this one, actually. But we could be more excited because, frankly, we're not Disney Plus people.
I'm very sad.
Wah, wah, wah. And is it worth it for just one show that we're excited about?
Not really.
Not really. We might get it for a month or two just to
get that free trial
this.
going.
Get that free trial. Watch this once it's all out. So you might have to wait. Or, maybe for the first episode or two, we'll see if there's somebody else who we can jack their subscription for a little bit.
Ha ha ha.
And see what we can watch right when it drops, because I'm sure we'll want to react to the first episode or so. But yeah, this is great. But if you're not a Disney Plus person, it's like, and I couldn't blame you, because like not a whole lot of content for what they're charging, honestly. Unless, we've got all of the old animated movies on Blu-ray.
Not all of them, but most of them.
You know what? We've got enough, frankly. We've got way too many Disney Blu-rays.
No, not enough.
She never would think that it's enough. So maybe we need to just get her a Disney Plus subscription,
No,
right?
I need Aladdin at least. We don't have Aladdin.
Aladdin. Folks, but does it ever end? Once we get Aladdin, will that really be the last one?
No, because I don't want Aristocrats.
See?
Aristocats.
See?
Sorry.
Everybody wants to be a cat.
We're not talking about Disney Plus right now, though.
The only cat.
We're not talking about Disney Plus right now, though.
Well, what we're talking about right now is Disney Plus's new show by Marvel Animation, X-Men 97, a continuation of the very popular X-Men television show that was all the rave back in, was this a 90s show? I believe this was a 90s show.
It was a 90s show, and I didn't really watch it.
Can't say that I was really a big X-Men viewer at that time either. But looking back, there are things that I really did enjoy about the show that I didn't even really remember that I enjoyed. I just sort of have been catching up on some of it. And I remember that I saw like a lot of the media based on this show. So I actually had the X-Men cartoon themed Sega Genesis game.
Oh my god.
So I got to play as Gambit and Wolverine.
Lucky.
Got to hear that fantastic intro.
Is that really the intro?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, that's great.
We heard a little bit of it in the trailer that we watched. There's been a little bit of a kerfuffle about this on the socials. People are, somebody took a snapshot out of context from the trailer and compared it to the original animation, and word on the street is, they might have dialed back some of Rogue's famous assets.
Oh my god, that's really what
that's what people are saying.
Don't even
listen. They got a little animated frame from her, and to be fair, it was from far enough away that it was probably they just didn't fully animate it. They just threw her like kind of stick.
About that.
Maybe you shouldn't, but then why not just make it the way it was before if you shouldn't care?
You're right.
I don't know. I'm indifferent. I don't, get off the cartoons. But, if that's your thing, I am your voice. Let me be your messenger and say that Rogue should be a smoke show.
I do not condone this.
Rogue should be a smoke show. She was in the original.
They don't have Jean Grey, so yeah.
You listen. She was a smoker in the original. Keep sexy animation alive.
I mean, look at Storm.
Storm looking all right, right in this little shot, and from the front,
Rogue.
Rogue. I keep calling her Rose. Rogue. She's looking pretty flashy herself.
Yeah,
Not
it's
gonna
not
lie,
not
she's
too
not
bad.
looking bad. But so somebody just grabbed a screenshot, and this is the thing about animation is that they don't obviously fully animate all the characters and all of their features in every single shot. They are gonna, from a certain distance, when you have enough characters together, they're gonna be a little bit lazy and they're gonna do
Of course.
simple drawings of the characters.
And that's with all
So
animation. That's not just with Disney Plus or
that is
anything
with
like that.
all animation. That's all animation. So, who knows what the. But people are already scared. People are afraid. The fanboys are afraid. And listen, I get it. You're never going to be 12 again, eating your breakfast cereal with not a care in the world and just watching your cartoons. You're an adult now. You can only nostalgia so hard.
True. Yes.
You have to be in the real world and have your adult responsibilities. So,
Unfortunately.
will the show ever live up to your expectations? Will it take you back to that simple, suburban, idyllic childhood
No.
where a McDonald's cheeseburger only costs 69 cents?
No.
It won't, sadly.
Live in the real world with us adults.
You got to. You got to. Which is sad. But we all live there, and we all have to live there. And, I feel like maybe that's the reason that some fans are just never going to be happy. They're chasing the dragon of childhood nostalgia. They're trying to get a bigger hit of the nostalgia.
Which is never going to happen.
You're never going to get that same feeling back. You might do some drugs that make you feel like you're a child again.
Oh, no.
But that's not good. Don't do that. Live in the real world. It's not that bad.
Escapism isn't the route.
It isn't the route. It isn't the road to take. You can't escape from all your problems. You got to wake up and be an adult and say, I'm going to watch this cartoon show and I'm going to like it for what it is. Or you can just avoid all of this stuff and say, it was fun in the 90s, but I've already got probably hundreds of episodes to look back on. And I'm gonna just enjoy that and forget this new thing. Who knows?
If this doesn't do well, Disney Plus might just bring the original back.
I'm sure that they probably have already, right? I mean, I don't know if they have the rights to those episodes, but they have the rights to Marvel. So
I would assume they had the rights to those episodes then, because it was a Marvel, right? It was a Marvel thing.
Don't assume, or you'll make an ass out of you and me.
Shut up.
No, I think those might have been done by Fox. So that might be something different. I'm not entirely sure.
They own Fox.
Do they own 20th Century Fox? I don't think that went through.
I don't know. I thought they owned it.
I'm not sure. Actually, they might. Nope, they do. They own Fox.
Yeah.
So they own Fox because they own The Simpsons. It's crazy.
That's right, they do.
It's crazy to me to think that The Simpsons are now owned by Mickey Mouse. Who would have thought?
Ew.
Yeah, they own too much stuff. And honestly, this shouldn't devolve into a discussion of Disney Plus and Disney, but I just don't like them as a company.
It's like when we did the Deadpool thing, it just evolved into Marvel content. Let's be honest.
It's got to be said, Disney is an evil corporation. They are like the original evil corporation. They extended copyright so that every copyrighted thing lasts over 100 years or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Nothing ever really goes like into the public domain until it's like
Steamboat
way too
Mickey
old.
went in.
Yeah, right? From the 20s.
Yeah. Steamboat Mickey's there.
Not the 2020s. The 1920s.
1920s.
So that's what Disney did. They specifically, lobbied to get copyright extended to like 100 years.
I mean, look at the shit that comes out once their copyright's up.
Yeah, and I have a theory about that because,
It came out like that, like right when it came out.
right, and there's always gonna be opportunists, but if you look at who owns what, you'll see, well, Disney owns Hulu, and if they really didn't like this Pooh Blood and Honey thing,
Why is it on Hulu?
they bought the rights to it or bought, you know, the streaming content. They streamed it on Hulu. So you can watch Pooh Blood and Honey,
Which was not the best.
terrible, terrible movie on Hulu. And I think that part of the reason that you can is because Disney is pushing out these crap
Well,
crap
it's
videos
not even the Blood and Honey
to
one.
say like this is why we should just have copyright of all of our stuff forever. You know, it sort of is like a way of getting the crap to the surface.
Well, it's not even just the Blood and Honey one. The theory that I have is that new Mickey Mouse one that's coming out,
Oh.
um, like immediately
So there's
when
going to be a Steamboat Willie one too.
yes,
Oh,
so
so your theory is
immediately.
just my
Well, no,
theory.
because immediately when that was said, like it got posted, the article was supposed. There was already like a movie already made for Steamboat Mickey, ready to go out right now.
Well, sure, people know when the copyright is going to expire.
But to me, that seems like Disney's like, well, look at this shitty stuff that people are making when really they're making it. I
I
think.
think that they were going to make that anyways, like that. I think there was going to be one because it's easy to cash in. Like, and now that it's public domain, anybody can make that video.
It
I
looks
just,
disgusting.
I just think, the fact that it was on Hulu with the Winnie the Pooh one,
Yeah.
and who knows, I think now that Disney has full control of Hulu, I think they bought up the remaining shares.
I don't think so
So
because it's not because you can still add Disney Plus to Hulu.
yeah, but they even own ESPN.
Mm.
So that's, you can add Disney Plus to that too.
Mm.
So I don't think that that's like
I thought Star Wars is own thing, its own thing.
right. I do think that Disney is sort of pushing out crap as a way of like saying or subtly like hinting that like we should just hold on to our copyrights because
Because this is what happens.
pretty soon copyright's going to be up on things like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh yeah.
And it's only going to be an avalanche of all the classical Disney from there. So I think they want to get out ahead of that and be like, no, we should really extend copyright forever. I think that is going to be the messaging. And I don't like Disney as a company, not just for that. I mean, if you look it up, a lot of the people, even who work in their parks as entertainers, are basically making close to minimum wage. It's like it's a very skeezy company in a lot of ways. They can't seem to get along with their VXF workers or
I don't
their
know what that is, but yeah.
CGI
Oh,
people.
oh, gotcha.
Yeah, they don't have good relations with. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a business, so they've got to make difficult decisions. But to me, I just think that it's a company that owns way too much property. They own way too many intellectual property is weird like that. It feels unseemly to me that all of Marvel and The Simpsons and
Are
all
we?
these things that Disney really didn't have any part in making, Star Wars now too,
Yeah.
that they have purchased and they own. And I get it. Like, it's a business. Entertainment is a business.
Yeah, but aren't you not supposed to have a monopoly over a certain thing?
Well, I mean, you could argue that there are other companies that have content. There's
I, don't,
Netflix and
I was
there's
gonna say I don't want to talk. I don't want to
HBO.
hear about Sony owning Spider Man.
Oh boy. Listen, I'd be willing to let Disney have Marvel if they just took Spider-Man back from Sony. I do not want to see another, Venom, Madam Web, you know,
Oh boy.
abomination
We'll
in
talk about
theaters.
that later.
Yes, we are probably going to do something about Madam Web
Yes. Yes, we are.
because we just got to talk about it. It's hilariously bad. Yeah, reviews are in. Funnily enough, I think that we'll get to that in that
We're talking about
review.
X-Men right now.
Right now, I will say it's exciting to see the characters back. It's exciting to see crisp new animation.
Mhm.
It's fun to see characters like Gambit
But you
and
don't see a lot of,
Wolverine.
yeah, Gambit. You don't see a lot of Gambit at all.
No, not in a lot of the. Well,
Not a lot of the X-Men stuff.
he
Really.
had definitely a part in the original animated series, which maybe we'll go back and we'll watch some of that and we'll
Yeah.
let you know what we think of it and how it holds up.
Never seen it. Would like to, yeah.
But this looks very very interesting. They are killing off Professor X, or I guess he died at the end of the original animated series,
Yeah.
and now things are in the hands of Scott, also known as Cyclops,
Cyclops, yes.
and he's going to be the leader of the X-Men, and that's great. That's a great place to start a new season, to
Mhm.
relaunch the show, and to reintroduce us to these characters and to establish new dynamics between them.
That's the other thing. They use a lot of like very obvious characters like that you would know: Wolverine, the Beast, Storm, and Cyclops. Right? Rogue's not all used all that much in the Marvel series, the live action ones. Neither is Gambit.
Oh, I don't know. She was introduced basically right at the outset of the first movie.
She was used as like, oh look, there she is. Oh,
Oh, I
where'd
don't
she go?
know. Well, I think that first X-Men movie, she was a major character, and it was pretty much about her coming to terms with her mutant powers.
Yeah, but then after that, what was she used for?
In subsequent films.
Yeah, like any other film, what was she used for? And Gambit was used in what, one film too? And that was what, the newer stuff?
Not sure. I haven't seen those in a while, but Rogue definitely played a big part.
I think she was underused in the newer ones, but
Okay.
my point is they're using characters that are underused and underappreciated, like Gambit. We'll talk about Gambit because Gambit's really really underused in the live action stuff, and I know a lot of people that enjoy Gambit a lot.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see when and where and how they reintroduce Nightcrawler.
Yes.
It'll be fun to see some of the villains come back.
Mhm.
Everybody loves Magneto, but we've
Of
also
course.
got, Juggernaut.
That's my favorite. Yes.
She
I'm so
likes
excited.
she likes him from the Deadpool movie.
Well, I liked him before that, but yes.
Okay. Mainly from the Deadpool movie though, right?
Oh, that's where he got reintroduced, but yes.
Yeah.
I was into the comics for a good little bit, so I did know him from there.
Yeah, I mean it'll be fun to see. It'll be fun to see what they do. It'll be fun to see where it goes.
Know what they decide.
I don't have huge expectations. Honestly, whenever they relaunch a series like this, it's hit or miss.
I was gonna say it's nostalgic, really.
Well, yeah, it's okay. The thing that gets you back into it is the nostalgia bait.
Yeah.
And then you've got a few episodes of good grace, and then you've got to sort of stand on your own two legs. And the question is, will this show be able to
Actually stand on its own two legs.
yeah, will it have stories that are going to bring people back? I mean, at the end of the trailer for the new show, they introduce a character who is like, ha ha ha, I have got Professor Xavier's will here, and he left me
Oh
everything.
yeah.
And that to me felt like a very dumb
Like, oh,
storyline.
that's the villain. That's who we're okay.
I mean, I don't know who he is as a villain. I'm just like that kind of story, like, oh, actually, I inherit everything. I mean, it just feels kind of played out, and it
Yeah,
feels like I don't know. It doesn't feel like a super strong story to launch the new season with. And that's the thing is like these are based on stories for children.
yeah.
So will this be something that's sort of themed towards adults and towards a mature audience?
I
Will
don't
it
think
be
so.
something that's still for children? Because I mean, I feel like all the children who watched this growing up are now like in their 30s.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be geared toward children still. In a way, it's gonna be more kid friendly.
But hopefully the stories are at least sophisticated enough and fun enough to keep us
Interest of
all
adults. Yeah,
interested. But it's very early to say.
there's not much to say about it right now, unfortunately.
And let's make sex appeal happen again. I feel like all these shows that they come out with, like the sex appeal, I get that it's a cartoon. I get that it's listen. I get it. But
Well,
at the same time, we've lost a lot of the fun, sort
that's
of
true.
tongue-in-cheek sexiness
Yeah.
of television in general. Like, look at all the new Marvel movies. Like, you look at the original costumes for these characters
Yeah.
and how they're translated, and then go ahead and look at how these actresses dress to the premieres of these movies. They look 10 times sexier at the premiere than they do in the film. And that's just like, what a waste. You've got top notch talent and you've got stories that are written for teenagers to be fun and exciting and sexy.
True. True.
But, like, I guess is part of the. And that's the problem now with a lot of this entertainment is it feels like when you make a show or a movie for everyone, you're also kind of making a show for no one.
Well, you're scrutinized on everything nowadays. It's always something's wrong. Too much sex appeal or not enough sex appeal in each and every other thing that you do.
Right. This was a big thing that they cracked down on the video games for,
They did.
They
They
got
really
mad.
did.
They got mad that the Mortal Kombat characters were too sexy.
God, that was so that and Street Fighter. They were like they're too sexy, and I'm like, well, I mean, it's a video game. What did you
Yeah, bring back the
expect?
skimpy outfits. Come on now.
I mean, also again, it's comic books. What did you expect? Half of them are made for men.
Are we human or are we dancers?
Both.
Okay. Let's be human, let's be real, and let's say, yeah, we like our skin tight outfits on our
And it's not
superheroes.
just girls, it's guys too. Hell, we love a good tight Spider-Man outfit. Let's be honest, or a nice tight Wolverine outfit. Well, it's not just guys.
Go to your room.
You go to your room. Talk about rogues' breasts.
What? No, I was talking about that booty. Listen, all I'm saying is I get why people are preeminently like, oh, it's not going to be. But listen, we don't know yet. We don't know if they're really going to neuter it or if they're going to keep some of the fun, crazier, sexy elements that were in the original show.
I will
It's too
say,
early to say.
I will say this because I kind of bothered me. Wolverine's voice was said once, and it was just his, hey
So,
bud catchphrase. It didn't sound right.
okay.
It did not sound right. I was like, that's odd.
Well, it's not going to be Hugh Jackman.
No, but I'm saying it's odd for his character. It sounded too high. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess I don't.
Little
I'd
too
have to
high.
watch it again, but Cat definitely scrutinizes the voice actor. She loves her voice acting.
I do. I do.
And if she says it's not right, then I'm gonna follow her lead on that because that's something that you have to get right in a cartoon. The cartoon characters have to sound good.
Yeah, the only one I really didn't like was Wolverine. I was like, that didn't sound right. Cyclops sounded right. Rogue, with little that she had, Storm sounded really good.
Hmm.
Storm sounded really good. With little that Rogue had, she sounded good. I didn't hear Gambit all that much. I can't tell. But the one time that he talked, that Wolverine talked, and it was very prominent, like this is the way he's gonna talk. I was like, that's not correct.
Well, I'll just say, people, put the pitchforks down. We don't know what it's going to be yet. Some people already want to say that it's not going to be good. And listen, some people aren't going to be happy with anything. Like I said,
Yeah.
they're chasing nostalgia, and you're never going to be that guy.
No, you're not.
You
It's not
used
gonna
to
go
be
back.
that guy.
It's never gonna go back to the way it was. You always have to move forward.
You used to be that guy with the
You're not
X-Men
that
pocket
guy.
protector.
You're not that guy.
You're not that guy. You used to have the not pocket protector. I'm thinking of the Trapper Keeper.
Trapper Keepers, yes.
Yeah, you used to have the X-Men Trapper Keeper. You
Pocket
used to
protectors,
have
no one had except the real nerdy nerds.
except me.
You had a pocket protector, Mr. Art School.
No,
Oh,
no. But I may have had a Spider-Man folder.
I had all kinds of Marvel and comic book stuff.
Did you have the 90s like neon dolphin folder?
I did.
Hell yeah.
I really did.
Hell yeah.
I had the stickers too, where you just kind of post them everywhere.
Oh, now we're going down a nostalgia rabbit hole. Look what you've done to us.
Look what you've done.
Disney Plus.
Gosh darn it, Disney.
But hey, it is what it is. We're gonna see what it ends up being. I would love for it to be a great show that we talk about for years to come. I would also love if it was a total trash fire that got canceled after like 3 episodes, just because I like to see Disney suffer.
I would laugh. I'm not even gonna lie. I would be like, why didn't he?
If it was another Madam Web.
Oh god, we're gonna talk about that. Don't worry.
Well, this isn't Sony. This is Marvel Animation. And Marvel Animation and even DC Animation are both very competent animation studios.
Yeah, but one's owned by Disney.
But one is owned by Disney. We're going to see what that Disney influence does to these stories. And we're going to see if it's still something for the fans or if it's just for general audiences.
Or nostalgia bait.
That is hastily thrown together.
We'll see.
Till then, we will see you next time.
Indeed.
Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Try to write out in characters on your keyboard the entire X-Men theme song. Just write da-na-na-na-na-na.
Like Batman.
Da-na-na-na-na-na. That's a different one.
I know, I said like Batman. Doo-doo head.
I want to see what you think it would look like written as a YouTube comment. It would warm my heart. Until then,
what does da-na-na-na sound like?
Da-na-na-na-na.
In comment form.
Yeah, you have to have enough U's in there. It's da-na-na-na-na-na. Or is it A's? Is it A's or is it U's?
I think it's U's. Da-na-na-na.
It could also be da-na-na-na-na-na.
Batman.
That would be Batman. Yeah. You can't do that. You got to use U's. So, Until then, like, subscribe,
comment, please.
Comment, ring that bell. Use your Cyclops vision and touch the side of your head and go and then just focus on the bell and try to use your laser vision.
If you haven't
to destroy the bell.
If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. It gets a little sparkle when you subscribe now.
Folks, you heard it here first. That's your mutant powers. If you see a little sparkle when you subscribe, then congratulations, you're a mutant.
Welcome.
And you're going to get your letter from Hogwarts.
Oh no. You're a mutant that goes to Hogwarts? Oh boy.
Sounds fun. All right. Till next time. Bye bye.
Bye.